जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला प्रिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्रशिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला प्रिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्रशिला भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला प्रिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंसास्तत्रशिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंसा शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रजमंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पदकमला श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं सग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. Yesterday we heard about Bharat Maharaj. He was ruling, he was married, he had children, but then he, when the time came, yesterday we heard destiny fixed the time for Maharaja's enjoyment of material opulence at 1,000 times 10,000 years. When that period was finished, he retired from family life and divided the wealth he had received from his forefathers among his sons. He left his paternal home, the reservoir of all opulence, and started for Pulaha Ashram, which is situated in Haridwar. The Shalagrama Shilas are obtainable there. And also we heard at Pulaha Ashram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, out of his transcendental affection for his devotee, becomes visible to his devotee, satisfying his devotee's desires. In the form of Diti, he appears there. But Diti is Bhagavan himself. Yatrashrama padani ubhayato nabibhir drisha chakresh chakranadi nama sarit pravara sarvatah pavitri karoti. In Pulaka Ashram, in the Gandaki river, which is the best of all rivers, the Shalagram Shila, the marble pebbles, purify all those places. On each and every marble pebble, up and down, circles like navels are visible. Here in commentary, Shalagram Shila refers to pebbles that appear like stones with circles marked up and down. These are available in the river known as Gandaki Nadi. Wherever the waters of this river flow, the place becomes immediately sanctified. That is by the will of Bhagavan, he appears. but there must be someone who is expert in recognizing whether that stone is really Shila or not. Not all are Shila, some by the will of Krishna, so expert devotee has to detect. Tasmin vava kila sa ekala pulahashra mo pavane vivida kushuma kisalaya tulasi kambubih kandamula palo pahareish cha samihamano bhagavata aradanam vivikta uparata vishaya bilasha upa brito pashamaha param nirvritim avapa. In the gardens of Pulaha Ashram, Maharaj Bharat lived alone and collected a variety of flowers, twigs, and tulsi leaves. He also collected the water of the Gandaki river, as well as various roots, fruits, and bulbs. With this, he offered food to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, and worshipping him, he remained satisfied. That is forest life. But nowadays it is not possible because rivers are not pure, you cannot directly drink, forests are not producing fruits like this, but in those days it was possible. So now forest life means with renunciation. In sattvic mode you have to live, that is bonobastu sattvic abhasam, with renunciation. And if you are worshipping Supreme Lord, then you are in transcendental realm. In this way his heart was completely uncontaminated and he did not have the least desire for material enjoyment. All material desires vanished. In this steady position, he felt full satisfaction and was situated in devotional service. One can be satisfied only when he is in the service of Krishna without any other motive, without offenses, to serve Krishna as his eternal servant with Sambandha Gyan, then one can get actual satisfaction. Tayatham avirata purusha parichareya bhagavati pravardamana nuraga bharadruta hridaya shaitilyaha praharsha veganatmani udbhidyamana roma pulaka kulaka autkantya pravrita pranaya bashpa niruddha valoka nayana evam nija ramanan nuruna ramana runa charanara vinda nudhyana parichita bhakti yogena paripluta parama hlada gambira hridaya hrada vagadha dishana stam api kriyamanam bhagavat saparyam na sasmara. The most exalted devotee, Maharaj Bharat, in this way engaged constantly in the devotional service of the Lord. When you realize that Sambandha means relation with Krishna, He is eternal, I am eternal, relation is eternal, then you can be constantly engaged in devotional service, naturally. Naturally, his love for Vasudeva Krishna increased more and more and melted his heart. Consequently, he gradually lost all attachment for regulative duties. The hairs of his body stood on end, and all the ecstatic bodily symptoms were manifest. Tears flowed from his eyes, so much so that he could not see anything. Thus he constantly meditated on the reddish lotus feet of the Lord. At that time his heart, which was like a lake, was filled with the water of ecstatic love. When his mind was immersed in that lake, he even forgot the regulative service to the Lord. During Kartik Brata, we are hearing this. Pancham shlokete nija siddha dekhovara. Chaya shlok, no, Pancham shlok nija siddha dekhovara. Aradapa. But in the 6th verse, Chaya shlok bajite anartha dure gelo. Tobe jana siddha dekhe adhikar hoila. Adhikar na lobya siddha dekho bhavi parje buddhi janme shaktiro bhave. When these ecstatical symptoms naturally appear, tears, Mahaprabhu told, Nayanang galatashru dharaya, when the tears will roll down my eyes. Nayanang galatashru dharaya, badanang gadgadru degira. My voice will be choked. Pulakarnichitam, body will, these hairs will stand on end, and there are 8 ecstatic symptoms. That is indication of bhava stage. First there is sadhana, means you regulate the devotional service under the regulation of Guru and Shastra. Even Raganuga sadhana, after Ruchi, there are some regulations there, how you have to serve. But when you come to bhava stage, then there is no more, that is ecstatical, then there is no more any regulation. Your ecstasy is automatically guiding you how to serve Krishna. So first we have to come to constantly, that is Nishta stage. When anarthas are almost destroyed, then Nishta stage, then Ruchi, Asakti, then when you come to Bhava, then all these symptoms will manifest. And there also you realize your Swarup. In Bhava stage, that is the safety region. Yes, the hairs of his body stood on end. Some people, they artificially imitate these symptoms in order to get name and fame, that they are great devotees, but that is not real thing. Real thing is when you come to Bhava stage, then this is naturally coming. So Maharaj Bharata was that stage. Itam, but gradually he got it. He could not jump. Ambarish Maharaj, all devotees, gradually they get. Itam drita bhagavat vrata aine yajina vasa sanu savana bishekardra kapisha kutila jata kalapena chaviro chamanaha suryarcha bhagavantam hiran mayam purusham uji khane surya mandale vyupatishtan etat ubhvacha. Oi shloke siddha dekhe radha padashay. Aramba korya krame unati uday. Yes. Chaturtha shlok bhajan pakka koro. Pancham shloke te nija siddha dekhovara. Oi shloke siddha dekhe radha padashray. Aramba korya krame unati uday. When you do bhajan in a regulated manner, then your bhajan will become mature, means desires will be removed on the stage of Ruchi. Then in the 5th verse you will get some realization of your Siddha Deho, and you will take shelter of Radharani in that Siddha Deho. In this world we are servant of Guru, Vaishnava and Supreme Lord, Diti. We have to do service. But when you come to that Siddha, for Lila Seva, there you have to take shelter of Radharani and her extensions. So there. And then Chaya Shlok Bhajite Anartha Durgyalo. On the 6th verse, then fully Anarthas will go away. Then you can have that. Siddha Desho. Maharaj Bharat appeared very beautiful. He had the wealth of curly hair on his head, which was wet from bathing 3 times daily in river. He dressed in a deer skin. He worshipped Lord Narayan, whose body was composed of golden effulgence and who resided within the sun. Maharaj Bharat worshipped Lord Narayan by chanting the hymns given in the Rig Veda, and he recited the following verse as the sun rose. Hiran Mayam Purusham Ujihane Surya Mandale. Here it's mentioned. He also worshipped by other hymns mentioned in Rig Veda. For instance, Dhyeya Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti. Within the sun, Lord Narayan is situated and he has a golden hue. Before he mentioned that another mantra, and this one also. We are also daily have to repeat Rig Veda mantra. Tad Vishnu Paramang Padam Sada Pashanti Surya Deviva Chakshuratatam. The lotus feet of Supreme Lord Vishnu are transcendental, beyond the comprehension of gross and subtle material senses. And they are supreme. And those who are emancipated souls, pure devotees, they can always see those lotus feet. How? Like we can see the sun in daytime, Diviva, Div means sun, Eva, like Chaksha, like we see with our eyes, we see the sun. How is that possible? When sun rises, by his grace we can see. In the night we cannot see, or with the help of any other light. When he appears, by his own will, he is self-effulgent. If we open our eyes, then we can see. So they are surrendered souls. So they are seeing Supreme Lord by his revelation. That is Rig Veda mantra. So it proves that Supreme Lord is eternal, the worshippers are eternal, and worship is eternal. Mayavadis, they say no, that is all Maya, but it is not correct. According to Shastra, it is not correct. This verse clearly refutes full Mayavad. Paro Rajak Savitur Jata Vedo Devasya Bhargo Mana Sedam Jajana Sureta Sadaha Punar Avishya Chaste Hamsam Gridranam Nrishat Ringiram Imaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in pure goodness. He illuminates the entire universe and bestows all benedictions upon his devotees. The Lord has created this universe from his own spiritual potency. According to his desire, the Lord entered this universe as the Super Soul and by virtue of his different potencies, he is maintaining all living entities, desiring material enjoyment. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who is the giver of intelligence. Here I will read the commentary. The predominating deity of the sun is another expansion of Narayan, who is illuminating the entire universe. The Lord enters the hearts of all living entities as the super soul, and he gives them intelligence and fulfills their material desires. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishtaha. Because here there is indication of Brahma Gayatri mantra. Brahmins, they are chanting. Why this explanation is important here? Because some say there is no need for Vaishnavas to chant Brahma Gayatri. When they take Babaji Vesh, even if they were born Brahmin before and they were chanting Brahma Gayatri, they stopped. They put down this Brahmin thread and they don't chant that anymore because they are doing Harinam and Kam Gayatri and all this. But Prabhupada, for certain reason, because Smarta Brahmins in Bali Ghai, they attacked Vaishnavas. When you are low caste, there was a big attack from Smarta Brahmins, and those who were like Kula Gurus, even from Advaita Acharya Parivar and Nityananda and like this, they all joined with that party. Because that Smarta party, they were telling the Guru can be only one who is born in Brahmin family. And even if he took Pancharatriki Diksha, still he is unable to give initiation. Because Sanatana Goswami wrote in Hari Bhakti Vilas that Pancharatriki Diksha everyone can get and they become like a Brahmin. But they were telling still they cannot initiate. So then some Radharaman Goswamis of Vrindavan and one Shyamananda Prabhu, one Goswami from Shyamananda Prabhu, they requested Bhaktivinoda Thakur that this is wrong what they are telling. They want to make a monopoly and this is not according to Shastra. So they requested Bhaktivinoda Thakur to silence those arguments and put counter arguments. And they were also committing offense to Vaishnavas. They were judging them according to their birth. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur that time was bedridden, could not travel. So he said, is there no one who can, he said, this is not very difficult task. Is there no one who can refute those arguments? Then Bimala Prasad, means Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, oh Gurudev, if you bless me, then I can do that. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very happy and he blessed him and said, yes, you will be victorious. So Prabhupada went there and there was a big meeting there, and for a few days, and so many came. Even from other, like Vaishnava Sampradayas, they also joined because they wanted to have this facility. Only we can give initiation, no one else. Then money will come, name and fame, like this. So, but Prabhupada, based on all Shastric evidences, he proved that is not correct. And that Vaishnava automatically becomes Brahmin. and he can do those duties and everything. There is a big book, Brahmana or Vaishnava, Brahmin and Vaishnava. It was published by Prabhupada, all the arguments what he gave and from scripture, and ultimately he was victorious. And after that meeting, everyone was praising Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and they wanted to take the dust from his lotus feet. But there was such a big crowd that it was like a dangerous for Prabhupada. So the organizers, what they did, they put one big pot, and they put Prabhupada's lotus feet in that pot, and they put water there, like Abhishek water, and then they distributed the Charanamrita to everyone, little, but everything was completed, means no water left ultimately. There you will find in his biography that was a big meeting. So then also Bhaktivinoda Thakur ordered him, you will have to do this, Devi Varna Ashram Dharma. So he started on the order of Bhaktivinoda Thakur during his lifetime. To few, he already gave Brahma Gayatri and initiation according to this Satkriya Sardipika and Brahmin thread and everything, and Brahma Gayatri. But Brahma Gayatri is some, they are saying like Brahma is for sun, but there is a spiritual also meaning. Here this meaning is, spiritual meaning is given in Bhagavatam, because you will find in Garuda Purana that Bhagavatam is the natural commentary to Vedanta Sutra, and is explaining the meaning of Bharata, means Mahabharata, and also giving the meaning of Brahma Gayatri and also Kama Gayatri, because later in Vrindavan Lila that is coming. But here you can find this. Also in Upanishads you will find, so that mother of the Vedas, that Brahma Gayatri is some explanation is here, but that is according to how much you surrender, that much revelation. So Prabhupada gave this mantra for spiritual purpose, not for only Varna Ashram purpose, but for spiritual purpose, but only to males, because this is Vedic mantra, and only males were generally engaged in this. Some exceptional cases also they are there, Brahmavadins, ladies, but generally not. And in Rishingatapani Upanishad also there it is prohibited to teach Om and this Brahma Gayatri to ladies. But if you go beyond, if some has those qualities of Brahmavadins, they can also get. But we are also saying Namaya Om Vishnu Padaya. So all are chanting. But for mantra, Vedic mantra, generally ladies, they were not. Only except few exceptions. It is in one Shastra. So for spiritual purpose, and there you will find in Jaiva Dharma it is written, when Brahma Gayatri came to Vrindavan, then Brahma Gayatri became Kama Gayatri. So technically it is true, there is no need for Vaishnavas to chant Brahma Gayatri if they are already chanting Kama Gayatri. And ladies also, they are getting Kama Gayatri, so they are chanting. They are not deprived of anything Brahma Gayatri. But Prabhupada, for some special purpose, he had to start this, and for spiritual purpose, not for any worldly purpose. So here it is explained that it refers to Narayan, who is residing in the sun. or Krishna means Supreme Lord. He is maintaining all living entities and he is giving intelligence and everything. Actually, Narayan within the sun is maintaining the entire universe. Yes, here. As the super soul, the Lord enters the hearts of all living entities. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Andantarasta Paramano Chayantarastam. He enters the universe and the atom as well. And in the Rig Veda, the predominating deity of the sun is worshipped by this mantra, Dhyayah Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sara Si Jasana Sanivishta. Narayan sits on his lotus flower within the sun. By reciting this mantra, every living entity should take shelter of Narayan just as the sun rises. According to modern scientists, the material world rests on the sun's effulgence. Due to the sunshine, all planets are rotating and vegetables are growing. We also have information that the moonshine helps vegetables and herbs grow. Actually, Narayan within the sun is maintaining the entire universe. Therefore, Narayan should be worshipped by the Gayatri mantra, that means Brahma Gayatri, and the Rig Veda or the Rig Veda mantra. That because some they challenged Prabhupada, why you gave this? This has nothing to do with Vaishnavism. It has to do with Vaishnavism. On spiritual platform, they got it wrong. So in Bhagavatam and in Rig Veda and in Upanishads also you will find indication, but real realization you can get when you surrender. That is important. And our Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Gosai Maharaj, I did not read that because our Gurudev did not allow, but only the conclusion. Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Gosai Maharaj, he explained that because there is explanation of Brahma Gayatri in Bhagavatam, and the ultimate point of Bhagavatam is the glory of Radharani and Radha Dasyam, the service of Radharani, as preached by Mahaprabhu. So he showed by explanation, I did not read, but he showed by explanation, by his deep realization, that actually this Brahma Gayatri also is pointing to that point. It is taking you to Radha Dasyam. And all other God brothers, Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj, all they very much appreciated. So if we sincerely chant, means remember, then that realization also will come. And of course by Kama Gayatri also, that is. But the point is we have to sincerely do. But even that is not most important. This is in relation to Archan and to Smaran also. But the main point is Harinam, Mahamantra, Radha Krishna mantra, Mahamantra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave importance on this. Our Gurudev also and Prabhupada, Bhakti Sansar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, all. They gave importance on chanting Mahamantra without offenses. That will take you to the lotus feet of Krishna, will give you Krishna Prem. Mahaprabhu also told in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Prakashananda Saraswati was telling him, why you are sannyasi, why you are chanting and dancing and these things, you should study Vedanta, you should remain silent and study Vedanta and meditate. Why you are associating with those sentimentalists? Then Mahaprabhu told what I can do. My Guru, he saw that I am very foolish. I am unable to understand Vedanta Sutra. But there is another way in Kali Yuga, Harer Nam, Harer Nam. If you simply chant Harinam, you will get the all knowledge and everything you will get. So I was chanting. And then I became like a madman. All these ecstatical symptoms appear. Then I went to Guru and I asked him, what mantra you gave me? Then I became like a madman. This is happening to me. Then Guru was very happy. He said, yes, this is the purpose. This is the point of this mantra. This is the effect. You got Krishna Prem. It is very good. So you go on and you also preach to others. So there Mahaprabhu told, Krishna mantra hoite হবে সংসার মোচন, কৃষ্ণ নাম হইতে পাবে কৃষ্ণর চরণ, something like this in Bengali. By chanting Krishna mantra, that is together with Kam Gayatri, you will get liberation from this worldly existence. Means your false ego will be removed, I and mine, because the word nama and these things are there. So it prohibits, there Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur explained, it prohibits any worldly ego. So you will be released from worldly ego and you will realize your real ego. I am eternal son of Krishna. Then by chanting the name in that relationship with Krishna, you will get Krishna Prem. So mantra and this archan and these things help to remove this worldly ego and anarthas and to reveal that relationship and everything. But with Mahamantra you will get Krishna Prem. So we have to give importance on this. That is why Mahaprabhu also told, you do Harinam and do Vaishnav Seva. By Vaishnav Seva also you will get all those effects. And by Nam you will get Krishna Prem. So only I made some indication, because we are not allowed to speak about meaning and these things, but only indication what it is about, because here it is mentioned and it is in Bhagavatam chapter 8. Haridas Thakur did not take mantra diksha. No Krishna mantra, no Kam Gayatri. But by Hare Krishna Mahamantra, without offenses, pure chanting and serving Tulsi, he got Krishna Prem. And all realization, Manjari, Swarup, everything he got by Mahamantra. That is the most important. Next chapter, 8th chapter, Shri Shuka Uvach. Why I told? Because some people, they argue against why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gave this. Because they don't know why, and they don't know about Bhagavatam, they don't know. Jiva Goswami also, he wrote one small booklet. He wrote about the meaning of Gayatri, means Brahma Gayatri. So what is the use? He is a Goswami, he is a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If there is no use, then why he wrote this? So they are not informed, so they criticize unnecessarily. Many years ago, someone also told me, then evidence is in scripture everywhere. And according to time, place, circumstance, you have to see why this was introduced. Shri Shuka Uvach. Ekada tu Mahanadyam Kritabhisheka Nayamikavashyako Brahmaksharam Abhigrinano Muhurtatrayam Udakanta Upavivesha. And also you will find in Skanda Puran, when there is a description of Tridandi Sannyasi. There it is written, he wears saffron cloth and Tridanda, and he is always chanting Gayatri. So they are not giving up Gayatri. They are all the time chanting Gayatri, Brahma Gayatri, with spiritual realization. That is not against Vaishnavism. It is not Brahmanism or worldly varna ashram dharma. No, it is for spiritual purpose. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued. Like they say, Vaishnava should give a varna ashram dharma. So that is related to varna, why you are. But it is not correct. We are eternal servant of Krishna, that is okay. But varna ashram dharma also you have to follow to facilitate your Shravan Kirtan, because you are not liberated souls. And this Brahma Gayatri is for spiritual purpose, not for that worldly purpose. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued. My dear king, one day after finishing his morning duties, means evacuating, urinating and bathing, Maharaj Bharat sat down on the bank of the river Gandaki for a few minutes and began chanting his mantra beginning with Omkara. Tatra tada rajan harini pipasaya jala shaya vyasham ekai vo pa jagama. So here you see he got bhava stage by chanting this mantra beginning with Om and Rig Veda, other Rig Veda mantra also. He was worshipping Narayan with those mantras, where Narayan is situated within sun, and he got bhava stage. So here also in the morning, he, after bathing, he did his chanting. Tatra tada rajan harini pipasaya jala shaya vyasham ekaivo pa jagama. O king, while Bharat Maharaj was sitting on the bank of that river, a doe or deer, being very thirsty, came there to drink. Taya pepiyamana udake tavat eva vidurena nadato mriga pater unnadoloka bhayankara udapatat. While the doe was drinking with great satisfaction, a lion, which was very close, roared very loudly. This was frightful to every living entity, and it was heard by the doe. Tam upashrutya samriga vaduhu prakriti viklava chakita nirikshana sutaram api hari bhaya bhinivesha vyagra hridaya pariplava drishtir agata trisha bhayat sahasaivo chakrama. By nature, the doe was always afraid of being killed by others, and it was always looking about suspiciously. This I don't like about English language, that animals are it. Like it was always looking about suspicion, but in our language and Sanskrit and Bengali and other languages, animals also, they are in gender. So here she was looking about suspiciously, that female deer, mother, she was pregnant that time. When it heard the lion's tumultuous roar, means when she heard the lion's tumultuous roar, she became very agitated. Here it is written, it became very agitated. It's very impersonal. Looking here and there with disturbed eyes, the doe, although she had not fully satisfied herself by drinking water, suddenly leaped across the river. Tasya utpatantya antarvatnya uru bhaya vagalito yone nirgato garba srotasi nipapata. The doe was pregnant, and when I'm always reading she, though it is written when she jumped out of fear, the baby deer fell from her womb into the flowing waters of the river. So she was mother, she deer, and she was pregnant, and out of fear of that lion, or it was tiger, yes, lion. Then the baby, she jumped, that deer mother jumped over river to escape, but that time the baby deer fell from her womb into the flowing waters of the river. Tat prasavotsarpana bhaya kedatura swaganena viyujamana kasyanchidaryam Krishna sarasati nipapatatha cha mamara. Being separated from its flock and distressed by its miscarriage, the black doe, having crossed the river, was very much distressed. Indeed, she fell down in a cave and died immediately. Tam tvena kunakam kripanam srota sanu hyamanam abhivikshya pavidham bandur ivanu kampaya rajarshir bharata adaya mrita mataram iti ashrama padam anayat. The great king Bharat, while sitting on the bank of the river, saw the small deer, bereft of his mother, floating down the river. Seeing this, he felt great compassion. Like a sincere friend, he lifted the infant deer from the waves, and knowing him to be motherless, brought him to his ashram. But I don't know, this baby was female or male, because here everything it is written it. He brought it, bereft of its mother, brought it to his ashram. So I don't know, but something. Tasya ha va ena kunaka ucheir etasmin krita nijabi manasyahar ahas tat poshana palana lalana prinananu dya nenatma niyamah sahayamah purusha paricharya daya ekaikashah kati paye nahar ganena viyujamanah kila sarva evo davasa. Sanskrit language is the most pure of all, and if you learn Sanskrit, if you speak Sanskrit, hear Sanskrit, then your intelligence, your consciousness will increase just by this language. Someone made this research, but he noticed that English language will make your consciousness go down. So what to do? Whatever pure devotee speaks in whatever language, Harikatha, that is okay. But in general, that language is not so beneficial and pure as Sanskrit. But if pure devotee speaks, because now in the world this has become like world language, so if pure devotee speaks in English language, then that is good, because that is Harikatha, and also translation like this. But by itself language, Sanskrit is topmost. Gradually, Maharaj Bharat became very affectionate toward the deer. He began to raise it and maintain it by giving it grass. He was always careful to protect it from the attacks of tigers and other animals. When it itched, he petted it, and in this way he always tried to keep it in a comfortable condition. He sometimes kissed it out of love. Being attached to raising the deer, Maharaj Bharat forgot the rules and regulations for the advancement of spiritual life, and he gradually forgot to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After a few days, he forgot everything about his spiritual advancement. That was the problem. This teaching we have to get. That he forgot about spiritual, about Supreme Lord. I had something in mind, but I forgot. Yes, I remember. Hegel, German philosopher, he told, absolute is by itself and for itself. The definition is correct. If it is dependent on something else, it cannot be absolute. And if he is existing for someone else, he also cannot be absolute. So definition is correct. Absolute is by itself and for itself. Otherwise cannot be absolute. So our Vaishnava Acharyas, they accepted this definition, but our Parangurudev always used to say, but we are not saying it got, but we say he got. He is he, God. Absolute is he, not it. But what to do? English language is like this. So, but we know that female there, male there, like this. So Bharat Maharaj, he took that small baby, feeling compassion, and was caring for him, but the problem was he forgot about his sadhana, about his worship of Supreme Lord. Then tomorrow we will hear about Shrivas. Then later we will hear this topic further. It's very instructive, this topic. All Vaishnava Acharyas, they are repeatedly telling. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol 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 Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki Jai Jai Shri Shri Guru Gaurango Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai Jai Shila Parang Gurudev ki Jai Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Shri Rupanuga Guruvare ki Jai Jai Shri Panchatattva Prabhu ki Jai Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashana Kari Shri Nrishingadev ki Jai Jai Shri SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM ki Jai Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Brinda ki Jai Jai Samagatam Bhakta Brinda ki Jai Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. Thank you all. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol.